What I see with a lot of presenters, whether it's students or corporate, sometimes they'll have a piece of paper, they're holding their notes, they're tied to their notes. So what I try to do when I'm coaching them is to give them tools to get away from using so many notes. Not because notes are bad, but because your ultimate goal when you speak is to connect with your audience. And you can't connect with your audience if you're looking down at a piece of paper. So here are 4 things to help you to get away from using notes. Number 1, try cue cards. Easy fix. Typically, there's like 1 or 2 words that if you heard those words or remembered those words, you would remember to get back onto content. So just write down 1 or 2 words on cue cards and then practice with those. And what you'll find is that typically all you need to remember a paragraph or even a couple paragraphs of your script, if you will, is to just write down 1 word. And that will help you get going. So have cue cards with just a simple word. That way you can look down at the word and look back up at your audience. Number 2, tell stories. I always say this, no one knows your stories better than you. So the more stories you can use that can illustrate a point, the more likely you are to be able to confidently deliver without using notes. So have a story and then have that story make a point. And the more stories you have in your presentation, number 1, your audience is going to be more captivated by a story. They're more interested in stories. And number 2, it will help you to remember and not have to use so many notes. Number 3, acronyms or alliteration. Now, a tool that I use when it comes to remembering even coaching videos or speeches is sometimes I'll put things into an acronym. So I had a keynote once called Press Play, and my 4 points fit into PLAY, play. And that way I could remember what was coming next because of the acronym I remembered. Another thing I like to do is alliteration. So the 3 R's to, remarkable results or remarkable leadership. And it's 3 words that I can remember and tie stories to that all begin with the same letter. So think of doing that within your speech to give you a way to remember the sequence of your points and have you not rely so much on notes. And finally, use prompting pictures. If you look at a slide deck that I use, now I don't always use slide decks, but when I do, you will see very few words in my slides. Why? Because I will have a picture on the slide. Number 1, the picture is more engaging to the audience than a bunch of words on a slide. You've probably read slides that have had way too many words. And number 2, secretly, even though they're interested, that picture prompts me to the story or the point I'm going to share. So I use pictures that are going to remind me of what story I need to tell. And then that way I see the picture, they're enthralled by the picture, or they like the picture, they're engaged by the picture over words, and I remember what I'm going to say next. So remember those 4 tools, and I promise you, practice them over and over again, and you will become less and less reliant on notes.